Hello everyone. In last lecture, we have studied some part of thermodynamics. We have started the chapter chemical energetics. First point we have studied from this chapter is a thermodynamics, and we have studied the definition of thermodynamics. What is the thermodynamics? The thermodynamics is a branch of physical chemistry or physical science that deals with the study of conversion of heat into the mechanical work and vice versa. And we have studied objectives of thermodynamics, limitations of thermodynamics, and now today we are going to see some laws of thermodynamics. Lecture 2 is totally consists of laws of thermodynamics. Now first of all, we have to see zeroth laws of thermodynamics. Zeroth law of thermodynamics. Now first, what do you mean by zeroth law of thermodynamics? So you can see the statement of zeroth law of thermodynamics. Now when body A is a thermally equilibrium with body C, and body B is a thermally equilibrium with body C, then body A and B are thermally equilibrium with each other. See, this diagram shows the statement. This diagram supports the statement of zeroth law of thermodynamics. When body A is in thermal equilibrium with a C and B is thermally equilibrium with a C, then A and B are equilibrium with each other. This is a zeroth law of thermodynamics. And what is thermal equilibrium? You have to see in the next slide. Now, second law is a first law of thermodynamics, and this law you have studied already, and you might have remember the definitions of first law of thermodynamics also. There are different statements of first law of thermodynamics. First statement is energy neither be created nor be destroyed. It is only interconvertible from one form to another form. First law of thermodynamics tells us that energy neither be created. एनर्जी ही तयार करता येत नाही किंवा डिस्ट्रॉय करता येत नाही, फक्त तिचं कन्व्हर्जन एका एनर्जीच्या फॉर्ममधून दुसऱ्या एनर्जीच्या फॉर्ममध्ये आपल्याला करता येतं. मग एनर्जीचे फॉर्म्स कुठले आहेत? कायनेटिक एनर्जी असेल, पोटेन्शियल एनर्जी असेल, इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी असेल. तर ह्या वेगवेगळ्या फॉर्म्स हे वेगवेगळे फॉर्म्स आहेत, आणि हे वेगवेगळ्या फॉर्म्सच्या मध्ये इंटर कन्व्हर्जन हे होऊ शकतं, पण एनर्जी ही तयार करता येत नाही, डिस्ट्रॉय करता येत नाही. तर आपण लॉ ऑफ कन्झर्वेशन ऑफ एनर्जी असंही म्हणतो. एनर्जी निदर बी क्रिएटेड नॉर बी डिस्ट्रॉयड. इट इज ओनली इंटरकन्वर्टिबल फ्रॉम वन फॉर्म टू अनदर फॉर्म. फर्स्ट लॉ ऑफ थर्मोडायनेमिक्स is not having a single statement. There are several statements which is a there are several statements under the first law of thermodynamics. Now second, total energy of isolated system remains constant. This is a second statement. Total energy of isolated system remains constant. Isolated system means the system की ज्या सिस्टीम मधून मास आणि हीट हे एक्सचेंज होत नाही त्याला आपण आयसोलेटेड सिस्टीम असं म्हणतो. फॉर एक्झाम्पल थर्मोप्लास्ट. Whenever one form of energy disappears, equal quantity of other form of energy must be produced. Whenever one form of energy disappears, equal quantity of other form of energy must be produced. ह्याचा अर्थ मराठीमध्ये सांगायचं झालं, जेव्हा एक एनर्जी एका फॉर्म मधले एनर्जी डिसअपियर होते, तेवढ्याच क्वांटिटीमध्ये एनर्जी दुसऱ्या फॉर्ममध्ये पुन्हा अपियर होते. जसे की आता वरती आपण बघतोय की कायनेटिक हा जो सायकल चालवते विद्यार्थी, तर पोटेन्शियल एनर्जीचं कन्व्हर्जन कशामध्ये झालं आहे, कायनेटिक एनर्जीमध्ये झालं आहे. म्हणून इथे एका फॉर्ममधून दुसऱ्या फॉर्ममध्ये एनर्जी फक्त ट्रान्सफर होते. एका ठिकाणी डी सी ॲपियर झाली की दुसऱ्या ठिकाणी ॲपियर होते. पुढे जर आपण गेलो, इट इज इम्पॉसिबल टू कन्स्ट्रक्ट अ मशीन विच विल प्रोड्यूस वर्क विदाउट कंझ्युमिंग एनर्जी. Total energy and mass of isolated system remains constant, and therefore mass and energy cannot be destroyed, cannot be created. They can be only converted from one form to another. This is the first law of thermodynamics, and it is very simple. So first law of thermodynamics is not only explained with the help of theoretical statements, but first law of thermodynamics can be explained with the help of mathematical statement also. Quantity of heat absorbed by the system is partly utilized to increase the internal energy of the system and partly to do some mechanical work. See this statement, this is the mathematical statement. Explanation of mathematical statements. And what is mathematical statement? Now see, first law of thermodynamics. Mathematical statement: Q is equal to U1 minus U2. That is the internal energy. This is the difference of internal energy. Internal energy can be expressed in the form of U, capital U, or internal energy can be expressed in the form of capital E. So Q is equal to delta U plus W. Now here, what is Q? Q is a quantity of heat absorbed. See definition: quantity of heat absorbed by the system is a Q. This quantity is partly utilized to increase the internal energy. टोटल एनर्जी ॲब्सॉर्ब जी केली आहे त्यातली काही प्रमाणामध्ये जी एनर्जी ती इंटरनल एनर्जी वाढवण्यासाठी उपयोगी पडेल आणि पार्टली टू डू सम मेकॅनिकल वर्क, आणि राहिलेली शिल्लक जी आहे ती मेकॅनिकल वर्क घडून आणण्यासाठी त्या ठिकाणी युटिलाइज होईल. आणि म्हणून इक्वेशन सांगतं Q इज इक्वल टू U1 minus U2, delta U plus W. This picture clearly shows that Q is the amount of energy absorbed by the system. This is suppose beaker. This beaker is suppose system, and this system absorbs energy. Due to absorption of energy, the expansion of this cylinder takes place, and due to expansion, the movement of this piston takes place toward the upward side, and W amount of work is done by the system on the surrounding. W amount of work is done. And if we compare these two diagrams to two cylinders, then there is a difference, U1 and U2. Internal energy increases or decreases. Due to absorption of heat, internal energy increases and piston moves towards upward side. Work is done. That means there is movement of a cylinder toward the upward side. That is, work is done. And therefore, the first law of thermodynamics mathematically can be stated as Q amount of energy is absorbed by the system. Change in the internal energies takes place from U1 to U2, and W amount of work is done by the system, and that is the total amount absorbed is partly utilized to increase the internal energy and partly utilized to do some mechanical work. So this is the mathematical statement of first law of thermodynamics. You have to remember this equation. Sometimes if asked in the examination then you must write this equation: Q is equal to U1 minus U2 plus W. Now second law of thermodynamics. Second law of thermodynamics are also stated with the help of different statements. First statement is all spontaneous processes are irreversible. Second law of thermodynamics tells us that all spontaneous processes are irreversible. Spontaneous processes means those processes are takes place by itself, or those processes are takes place by its own accord, or those processes are takes place without the help of external agency. Automatic, समजा हाय लेवल टू लो लेवल वरती पाणी वॉटर ज्यावेळेस रन होत असते किंवा पाणी पडत असतं त्यावेळेस ती जी प्रोसेस असते त्याला आपण स्पॉन्टेनियस प्रोसेस असं म्हणत असतो. आणि जेवढ्या काही स्पॉन्टेनियस प्रोसेसेस असतील त्या सगळ्या स्पॉन्टेनियस प्रोसेसेस काय आहेत, इरिव्हर्सिबल आहे. म्हणजे एका दिशेनं दुसऱ्या दिशेकडे फक्त एकाच दिशेनं जाणार आहे, त्याला आपण इरिव्हर्सिबल असं म्हणतो. सेकंड स्टेटमेंट, हीट फ्लो फ्रॉम हॉट बॉडी टू कोल्ड बॉडी. Second law of thermodynamics states that heat flow from hot body to cold body. Always it is not possible to flow from cold body to heat body. आपण बघतो की ज्यावेळेस आपण एक जर समजा गरम पाण्यानं भरलेलं बीकर ठेवलं, त्याच्यामध्ये छोटंसं थंड पाण्यानं भरलेलं बीकर ठेवलं तर काय होईल, गरम पाण्यानं भरलेल्या बीकरमधलं पाणी थंड पाणी भरलेलं बीकर गरम पाण्यानं भरलेलं जे बीकर आहे त्याच्यामध्ये थंड पाणी भरलेलं बीकर ठेवलं तर गरम पाण्यानं भरलेली बीकर आहे तिकडून हीट ही थंड पाण्याकडे ट्रान्सफर होईल आणि कालांतरानं असं दिसेल की दोन्ही बीकरचं टेम्परेचर हे सारखं आहे. म्हणजे हीट ही हॉट बॉडी कडून कोल्ड बॉडी. किंवा एखादा रॉड घेऊया आपण, एखादा मेटॅलिक रॉड जर आपण घेतला, लोखंडाचा रॉड घेतला आणि एका एंडला जर तो तापवला आणि कालांतराने थोड्या वेळाने जर आपण बघितलं तर दुसऱ्या एंडला सुद्धा त्याची उष्णता जाणवते. म्हणजेच काय, हीट फ्लो फ्रॉम हॉट बॉडी टू कोल्ड बॉडी, हॉट एंड टू कोल्ड एंड. दिस इज द सेकंड लॉ ऑफ थर्मोडायनेमिक्स. देन थर्ड स्टेटमेंट, it is impossible to convert all heat into work without producing change in the system. Second law of thermodynamics third statement जे आहे, it is impossible to convert all heat into the work without producing change in the system. सिस्टीम मध्ये चेंज केल्याशिवाय complete conversion of heat into work is not possible. It is impossible to construct a machine which will convert complete heat into the work without creating changes in the system. It is impossible to construct a machine which will convert complete heat into the work without creating changes in the system. Now, energy of isolated system remains constant and entropy tends towards maximum. Entropy tends towards maximum. Energy of isolated system remains constant and entropy tends towards maximum. म्हणजे आयसोलेटेड सिस्टीमची एनर्जी आहे ती कॉन्स्टंट असते आणि एंट्रॉपी ही वाढत जाते. एक क्लाउसियस स्टेटमेंट आहे. आपण जर बघितलं की युनिवर्स इज आयसोलेटेड सिस्टीम असं जर आपण म्हणलं होते, एनर्जी टोटल युनिवर्समधली एनर्जी काय आहे, कॉन्स्टंट आहे. फर्स्ट लॉ जे सांगतो की एनर्जी इज नायदर बी क्रिएटेड नॉट बी डिस्ट्रॉयड बट इट कॅन बी कन्वर्टेड इनटू वन फॉर्म टू अनदर फॉर्म. दॅट मीन्स एनर्जी इज अ कॉन्स्टंट बट एंट्रॉपी टेंड टुवर्ड्स मॅक्झिमम. म्हणजे एंट्रॉपी युनिवर्समधली ही वाढत असते आणि एंट्रॉपी म्हणजेच काय तर डिसऑर्डरनेस ऑफ द सिस्टीम, रँडमनेस ऑफ द सिस्टीम ही वाढत असते. जसं की समजा नदीचं पाणी वाहत असेल नदी आणि ते नदीचं जे पाणी आहे ते म्हणजे धरणामध्ये जर पाणी आहे, धरणामधले जर दरवाजा आपण ओपन केला तर त्याच्यामधून पाणी हे फास्ट नदीनं वाहत जातं. म्हणजे ही प्रक्रिया ही एंट्रॉपी वाढत जाण्याची प्रक्रिया आहे. किंवा गॅस असेल, समजा आपण बलूनमध्ये गॅस भरलेला आहे आणि बलूनला आपण जर त्याच्यामधून जर गॅस रिलीज केला तर पटकन बलूनमधला गॅस हा हवेमध्ये पसरतो, म्हणजे एंट्रॉपी वाढते. म्हणजे युनिवर्समधली एंट्रॉपी ही कायमस्वरूपी काय होत असते, वाढत असते, परंतु एनर्जी ही कॉन्स्टंट असते. So this is second law of thermodynamics. So these are the 5 statements. You have to remember all these statements. So summarize one by one. All spontaneous processes are irreversible. Heat flow from hot body to cold body. It is impossible to convert all heat into the work without producing change in the system. It is impossible to construct a machine which will convert complete heat into the work without creating changes in the system. Energy of isolated system remains constant and the entropy tends towards the maximum. This is the Clausius statement. Now these are several statements of second law of thermodynamics. Now we have to go towards the next part. Some thermodynamic terms. We have to study some thermodynamic terms. First of all, we have to see system and surroundings. थर्मोडायनॅमिक्स मध्ये सातत्यानं काही टर्म्स येत असतात आणि त्या आपल्याला स्टडी करणं गरजेचं आहे. त्याचा अर्थ समजून घेणं गरजेचं आहे. सिस्टम अँड सराउंडिंग्स. The part of the system under thermodynamic studies is called as a system. The part of the system under thermodynamic studies is called as system. So see below, when a flask is kept and which explain in a detail what is a system and what is surrounding. Flask is a system and the rest of the part of the flask is a surrounding, and in between the surrounding and the system there is a boundary. Now there are different types of the systems: open, closed and isolated systems. First of all, let us see open system. What do you mean by open system? The system in which the mass and heat both can be transferred with the surrounding or both can be exchanged with the surrounding. See first diagram, mass as well as heat can be exchanged with the surrounding. So this is open system. Second is a closed system. Both mass and heat can be exchanged with the could not be exchanged with the surrounding. Only heat can be exchanged with the surrounding and not mass. This is called as closed system. And third is isolated system. The system in which neither mass nor heat can be exchanged with the surrounding, totally isolated from the surrounding, is called as isolated system. A very simple example: open system, open beaker. Suppose water is kept into the beaker and which is hot, and if you see this beaker, the vapors come out from the beaker. This is open systems. And if you kept lid on the beaker, or if you close this beaker with the help of some object, beaker or flask, you can see, you can take any, then this is a closed system because only heat can be transferred with the surrounding but not the vapors, that is not the matter, and therefore beaker is a closed beaker is a closed system. And third one is a isolated system. If you see the thermos flask is a example of isolated system, and we can suppose isolated system is a very well explained, very good example of isolated system is a thermos flask, because thermos flask, if you kept tea into that at the morning, at the night, and at the night also the temperature of tea remains constant, and because and quantity of tea is also remains constant in constant or as it is into the thermos flask, because there is no exchange of a matter and heat with the surrounding. Therefore thermos flask is a very good example of an isolated system. Then homogeneous and heterogeneous system. Homogeneous system is uniform. Potassium nitrate is kept in the flask, only single solution is there, it is a homogeneous system. Second is a heterogeneous, non-uniform. The diagram shows heterogeneous system, two liquids, they are immiscible, they are not miscible with each other, and therefore this is a heterogeneous system. Now with this lecture we stop here. We have to go towards some more important things in the next lecture. So today we have studied the different things.